Hello and welcome back. I hope you've all had a good week. Mine's not been too bad this week, I'm going to be honest with you. There's a few little bits and pieces that I want to talk about this week. I'm going to start with the first thing, and I hope you've all had a really good Easter. If you've been celebrating Easter at all, whatever you've been up to, I hope you've enjoyed it. Fingers crossed there's been lots of chocolate and that sort of stuff floating about for you. Me, actually, I've not had an Easter egg at all this year. I know. Me, not in, no Easter egg. How? How does that happen? I'm not at all jealous of those that have had Easter eggs. Honestly. Yeah, I'm lying. I wanted an Easter egg. You know, just saying. Just floating that one out there. But what I do want to do is talk about what we've been up to over Easter, because Friday we had some family over. A suggestion got made Friday morning while I'm getting myself ready about potentially having a barbecue. Now, I rejected that suggestion straight away. I was like, no, not today. And then I looked at the weather. I looked outside and it was glorious sunshine. And I mean, it was beautiful out there. So I gave Lisa a shout. And I said to her, right, okay. I said, let's do it. Let's have a barbecue. So we had some family over on Friday. We grilled up some burgers, we grilled up some sausage and some chops, and we had a barbecue. We sat out in the sun. It was lovely. It was a really, really nice day. It was beautiful weather. I probably should have put my baseball cap on because I did get a little bit red around the top of my head. I don't know how, because there's plenty of hair on my head to stop that happening. Yeah, there is. Honestly, there's loads of the stuff. I mean, I'm lying. I've not had hair on the top of my head in many, many years. Don't know why. Don't know where it's all gone. It'd be nice if it comes back one day. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, I'm dreaming there, aren't I? Let's be totally honest. I've got no hair on my head. I'm going a bit thin on top, but you know, it would have been nice because then I wouldn't have got sunburn on my head. But such is life. We live and learn. But yeah, I mean, it was really, really good. I felt like it would have been rude not to do something in the sunshine, actually, because really it's the first really nice day we've had of the year. Don't get me wrong, there's been sunny days and whatever else, but this was the first sunny and warm day where we've had the opportunity. So opportunity got taken. Thoroughly enjoyed, really good. Would definitely do it again. Will do it again. Probably not too far in the future it's gonna happen again. Just saying. Just floating that one out there so it doesn't come as a surprise to anyone when I'm next talking about another barbecue. Because I do like a burger and a sausage cooked on the barbecue. Bit of a fan of a lump of steak as well, but that's for another day. No, it really is. I mean, I'm going to jump down on a lump of steak that's been cooked on the barbecue at some point in a not so distant future. Just saying. But, but on Saturday, we had some family pop over as well. Really good. Wasn't quite a sit outdoors kind of day. But yeah, we just sat around having a chat. Really, really good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It's nice to spend a bit of time with family. Yeah, I mean it's necessary. Let's be honest. It's the sort of thing that I enjoy. I like it. I like being surrounded by people. I like having people around, having a laugh, having a joke, and whatever else. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. Really did enjoy it. So if you're listening, to those that came, thanks very much. We'll do it again soon. See you soon. Just going to give you just a little bit of an update on how things have been with me. What I will say is, since having my first round of Ocrevus, at this point, I'm not having anything new flag up to me. There's nothing jumping out as brand new. Oh, this is going to be a problem, blah blah blah. Nothing like that. I am still having issues with the old stuff. That was always going to be the case. And don't get me wrong, I know full well going forward there's going to be new stuff. You know, the condition is progressive. But if that Ocrevus has slowed the roll like I hoped it would, and that's a term I do use a bit, if it has slowed things down, so I'm not going to constantly keep getting this and that new thing, yeah, I'm chuffed. I'm really happy. I'm genuinely really pleased about it, because it got to a point where new stuff was every couple of days. There was something new just jumping out and causing an issue. You all know that. I've talked about it. But I'm at a point where things seem to be staying at a level. I'll take that. That's what I said all along. Get me on the treatment, keep me at a level, I'll be happy. Not lying. Meant what I said. I'm happy with that. I'm very happy. What I will say, in terms of the older issues that are still there, at times they are feeling worse than they did previously. What I will say is the types of issues that I'm having is, as I've mentioned previously, sort of like electric shock type feelings that go all over the body. They sort of start in one place and just ping around. And yeah, I get it. That's going to happen. You know, a central nervous system is a bit damaged. Shall we say? It's a bit damaged, and that damage is progressing. So I've got to expect that. That's fine. You know, that is what it is. I'll grudgingly accept it. Not happy with it, but such is life. Still getting that like water drop type feeling on the top of my head. Doesn't happen that often, but it is really disconcerting when it happens, because I'll be sitting indoors and it feels like it's raining. Not absolutely pouring down, just like little drops, little droplets on the top of my head. Obviously there's nothing there because I'm sat indoors. But yeah, I mean, that's the sort of thing. It's still going on, it's still happening. But again, kind of expected it to. I'll be honest, I kind of expected it to. But you know, hopefully one day that will become less of an issue. Things like the numbness in my feet and the weak legs, again, it's not gone anywhere, even when I'm having a good day. And I'm going to be honest, the last couple of days have actually been good days. Don't get me wrong, the foot drop's still been there, my toes are dragging across the floor, but actually, in the grand scheme, it's not been too bad. I've not been too bad. I felt pretty good in myself. So yeah, I mean, that has actually been really, really good. And what I will say, and this is sort of me on a personal note, I've got to learn, when I'm on a good day, don't push myself too hard. Don't overdo it. Accept I'm on a good day. Be grateful for that good day. But don't get too cocky with it. Because in all truth, it's something I actually do, is when I'm on a good day, I think, oh great, here we go, you know, everything's going to be fine. And I overdo it, and then for the next couple of days after, I feel absolutely awful, really, really bad. So that's something for me. I've got to learn. I know I shouldn't overdo it, and I know that overdoing it is the wrong thing for me to be doing. I can't help it. So it's a learning curve, that, I suppose. It's one thing that, excuse me, it's one thing that I've got to kind of push away from myself a little bit, because it's something that I should help. Those of you watching me on YouTube, I've just picked up my cup with water in it. My cup is green. Now, because I've got the green screen on and I've got a picture behind me, my cup looks like it's missing. It's just little bits of green just floating about. That's brilliant. It looks like my hand is it's holding the River Thames. That's amazing. Sorry, I'm just going to float that one out there. I was just having a sip of my water, but that tickled me a little bit. I got to say that was brilliant. But yeah, back to the important stuff. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much where I am in terms of the MS itself. It's a learning thing for me. It's something I've got to get used to, and I've said this so many times in the past, and I've had so many people say it to me. Because let's be fair, the people around me are very, very intelligent. They're very wise people. And when I'm overdoing it, and they're telling me I'm overdoing it, I kind of feel like I've got to prove them wrong. I shouldn't have to do that, and I shouldn't do it. That's me being a little bit silly. I've got to say that's me being a little bit silly, because I don't have to prove anything to any of them. I don't have to prove anything to anyone, not myself, not no one. I just need to be me. And that's something I would say to people, in all truth. Never feel like you've got to prove anything to anyone. As long as you're happy with what you're doing, as long as you're content and you're able to continue on and do what you need to do, there's nothing to prove. There's literally nothing to prove. And again, I've gone back to, on this show, I've gone back to scripting the episode, because I'll be honest with you, yesterday I had so many things in my head that I wanted to talk about, and I should have sat and recorded yesterday, but I didn't, and I left it to today. And actually, I didn't have a clue. I come out, and I'll be honest, I've probably been out in the studio. It's a shed. Studio. No, it's a shed. Let's be fair, it's a shed. But I'm out here now, and if it wasn't for the fact I'd written down what I was going to talk about, I'd actually be struggling, because again, something that is causing me an issue is brain fog. Now, we talk about brain fog, and to be honest, it's never really been something I understand, but I'm starting to, because quite regularly, and especially at the moment, I don't know why, I can be having a conversation and I will totally forget what things are called. I will forget what I'm talking about and all sorts, even to the point, I mean, just the most basic thing, I can look at it and I know what it's called, but actually I'm looking at it and it probably takes me a good few seconds at best to actually remember what the word is that I need to use to explain what I'm talking about or what I'm looking at. And I will say it's actually very upsetting, because without realising it, I could be mid-conversation and somebody sort of finishes what I'm saying because I can't. And like I've always said, I'm a laugher and a joker, and I will always be a laugher and a joker. But actually, it's something that's a bit a bit upsetting. It's a bit heartbreaking, I will say that. And I know other people out there have very similar issues, and everyone deals with it their own way. And I will always laugh and joke about it because, again, that's what I do. But it's really quite upsetting. It's not the easiest thing in the world to deal with. I've got to say that. It's horrible. It really is horrible. But that's enough of the negative. As I say, on the whole, I'm kind of coping. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right, and kind of pleased I am. Can't say that. Kind of pleased I am. Going on to the next part that I want to talk about. Bear with me. I'm just going to have a sip of my water again. And I'm going to try not to get giggly over the fact my cup's going to get all weird. Give me a second. Here we go. Again, it looks like I'm drinking water from the River Thames. I would never advise doing that. It really wouldn't be the most sensible thing you can do. But my plan now, I want to mix it up a little bit and just very briefly touch on something that myself and Lisa, for those that don't know, Lisa is my wife, my much better half. We've kind of got into a new TV show. I say new, it's not necessarily new, it's been around for a few years now. And it's Designated Survivor. Now, going back a good few years ago, we used to binge watch TV shows. And one of the main ones we used to binge watch was 24. We was a big fan of Kiefer Sutherland in it. He was brilliant, absolutely fantastic. And the show itself was just different class. I really did enjoy it. I mean, we'd start watching it relatively early in the evening, and sometimes we'd still be there at 1 or 2 in the morning watching it. It was not wise, but we used to do it anyway. Actually, this Designated Survivor, it's not far short of the same sort of thing. I mean, obviously Kiefer Sutherland is in it. I'm not going to go into too much detail of the show itself, in fact none at all, because I'm actually advising you, if you've not seen it, give it a watch. Honestly, give it a watch. It is brilliant. It is so much fun. But yeah, I mean, we're able, and we do quite regularly, we will just sit there, put that on, and the kids will be upstairs sort of chilling out, whether they're on their Xboxes, whether they're watching movies or playing on their phones like kids do. No, kids don't play. Yeah, they do. That's all kids ever do these days, is play on their phones or their Xboxes. What was wrong with a park and a football? It was great. Not these days, obviously. But anyway, back to Designated Survivor. Yeah, genuinely, I mean, myself and Lisa, we'll sit there for hours on end watching it. And we've only recently started it. And I do mean recently. We're already halfway through the second season. From what I'm understanding, there's only 3 seasons of it. Maybe we might need to slow down a little bit. Otherwise, we're going to end up completely finishing it. And then what do we do after? It's then a case of finding another TV show to sit and watch. But yeah, no, genuinely, absolutely fantastic. If you get the chance, and it's something you look at the trailer and think, yeah, I could enjoy that. My advice, give it a go. Genuinely, give it a go. Brilliant programme, so much fun to watch. Yeah, again, I'm recommending it really, really highly. And as I say, that's the sort of thing I don't tend to talk about on this podcast. So it obviously must be good. It must be. And it is. Anyway, I just thought I'd float that. What I want to do now, just very briefly, as I mentioned previously, I'm a bit of a golf fan. What happened at the Masters the other day? Them trees coming down like that. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. He's really, really lucky, to be fair. All joking aside, he's really lucky. There was nobody injured. because they're quite big trees. And it would have been a little bit frightening if they had have landed on someone. So yeah, well done to those that ran out of the way, because I don't understand how them trees come down. Say the wind, I can't imagine it was that bad. I mean, obviously I wasn't there. Put that right there. I wasn't there. But seeing that on TV, genuinely, I'm thinking to myself, wow, health and safety. Where were they? I mean, I know their health and safety is obviously slightly different to ours, not a problem, but you got to imagine you'd be looking at that thinking, that's a hazard, let's check on the other trees. Just saying. Just saying. But yeah, I mean, looking at the weather out there anyway, in Augusta, that has looked horrible. It really has looked grim, I'll be honest with you. That rain has not been nice. So fair play to the players and the crowd, to be out there every day doing what they're doing. Absolutely fair play. Really, really fair play. I can't talk about who's won or anything like that, because there's still another round to go when I've recorded this podcast. So it's impossible for me to mention anything about winners, but no, genuinely, fair play to those giving it a go out there, because that weather is not nice. It's looked a bit grim. But finally, on today's show, I just want to mention, just very briefly, the fact that as a family, we're having a little trip on Tuesday. We're going down to the south coast, and I have previously mentioned that there's a potential that as a family we may well make a big cross country. My man, again, brain going loopy. But yeah, a cross country move, and the south coast really is where we're looking at. So we're just going to pop down there for a couple of days and just have a little look and see what's what. See if we like the look of it. To my point, I've been down to the south coast previously, not to the area that we're currently looking at, but not massively far away. But most of the rest haven't. So we'll go down, have a look, see what everyone thinks, and go from there. But yeah, I'm quite looking forward to it. What I am going to do, I am going to look to blog and vlog some of our trip. Not a massive amount, because at the end of the day I'm spending time with family, but I will blog and vlog some of it. I will post it up on my social media accounts. The blog will be on my website, which again, website www.mikesmsjourney.com. So by all means, pop across, have a look at that, because I'll write up as many blogs as I think is worth doing, just to explain how things are. But yeah, I think we'll probably call that a day for today's show. I hope you all have a really good time. What I will say is, as I say, I'm not going to be back until sort of back end of the week, so there wouldn't be a lot of point me doing the second show in this coming week. But as I say, the blogs, the vlogs, all that sort of stuff will be on my socials. It'll be on my website, so by all means take a look. Well, as I say, that'll do for today. I think I've talked long enough. Have as really good a week as you possibly can, and I will speak to you all soon. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Bye bye.